Hi, and welcome to The AJ Way. It is Friday the 13th, and unfortunately, the stigma attached to the date holds true in regards to what was once a university filled with tradition and respect. Findings in the Penn State University case were incredibly disturbing upon their release yesterday, and it's impossible not to have personal feelings when it comes to this disgusting situation. If you are the victims or their families, you are forever scarred and angered by the new findings that some of what occurred could have essentially been prevented. To think that many of the victims would not have had to go through the anguish and humiliation that they have is heartbreaking. To think that coaches and administration ultimately put themselves first and thought only of the scrutiny that would illuminate the university if they went to the police. Funny how karma gets the best of us, right? I think about the many times I visited Penn State and walked around the campus and town of State College thinking about how it is appropriately named Happy Valley. Little did I know that behind closed doors, or not so closed doors, a pedophile was abusing innocent children. Coaches were turning their heads at the acts. But the men on the football team continuously played their hearts out, unaware of how much their head coach and staff were keeping from them. Who else are the victims in this situation? On top of the men who Jerry Sandusky sexually abused, I feel badly for the players on the team, both then and now. People play or played for Penn State because of the rich tradition that encompassed the university. You once thought of Penn State as a powerhouse, consistently producing linemen fit for the NFL. It's sad to think that the reputation of this university will now be tarnished, at least for the time being. We are not simply looking at a situation where a 2 or 3 year sanction is appropriate. This is so much more than just a few teenagers getting tattoos or selling their football gear. These are crimes. Legitimate, disgusting, hurtful, and deceitful crimes. Joe Pa, who I always assumed would die as coach of the Nittany Lions, is now being seen in a different light. But what's next for this football program? How do you move on from this? Is it that easy to just say, people make mistakes, let's move on? Or will it take a few years to get this program back on its feet? In the emotional blog I posted following the first game after the Jerry Sandusky situation was brought to light in November, I wrote, quote, "The players of Penn State chose that particular school because of the rich tradition, the fan base, the desire to produce a team with character and talent. And although some of the superiors that instructed them for so many years failed to abide by the things that Penn State has always stood for, there's no doubt that yesterday, during the game, the boys in blue stood strong in believing that they are and always will be Penn State." End quote. I hope that one day, for the sake of the people uninvolved in this situation, Penn State can go back to their old ways of tradition. The good thing about life is every day is a new chance to start fresh. Although this football program and university as a whole may take some time to start anew, they do deserve that chance. Let us remember that not everyone was involved, and the blame and guilt needs to be solely directed at those that were. With football season only 48 days away, I'm ready to start thinking about college football in a positive light. It's time to get ready for college game day, tailgating, football Saturdays, and all the other many joys that college football brings to fans around the nation. We'll see you next week on The AJ Way.